And so I wasn't scared at all. I was just like, I've never seen something like that before.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Hannah.
And I'm Carolyn.
And welcome back to Close Knit with
Carolyn
and Hannah.
Hey.
Happy Halloween.
I think this is episode 23.
Sure.
We could be wrong.
It's been too long. But
it has been. Just so much has been happening in life.
Yeah, too much.
So we dressed. Okay, I had a different idea of what I was going to be for this podcast, and then this just came up. So obviously Hannah is.
I'm an astronaut.
Well, you probably can't see your Lego thing in the back behind you.
Yeah, that's behind my head.
Yeah, her space shuttle. So yeah, as much as we talk about space and stars and weather, and then I have decided I was going to be a meteorologist. I usually don't get into Halloween. It's not really my jam, but I decided, since I'm always talking about I want to date a pilot, I want to meet a pilot, I'm just going to be a pilot. So I'm a Top Gun pilot, the best of the best.
Yeah.
I'm just going to I'm going to be the pilot.
Good for you.
Which is, you're so thrilled, the irony of it is ridiculous because I puked on the plane the first time I ever went on a plane. So
I don't think I could ever go into space. So
yeah. Well, that's true. But you can dream about it and,
I don't think I'll ever dream about wanting to go into space.
True.
Though,
and
I throw up on planes too.
Yeah.
So.
I wouldn't. I think you threw up that time though because of me. I think I made you.
I threw up a different time too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, on my way to Colorado.
Oh.
Between Colorado and Vegas.
It's those mountains.
Yeah.
Going over the mountains.
G-force. Just.
Or are we going to use terms like G-force?
Yeah.
I think that's elevation.
No, that's if you're spinning or on a roller coaster.
Oh.
Yeah,
no. In fact, I'm getting dizzy, so I got to take part of my props off. Okay, there we are. Yeah. I don't know. When I wear sunglasses, I get dizzy. I don't know why that is.
You never wear glasses, period. So not only are you blind because you can't see, but then it's dark and you're blind. So that's why you get dizzy.
So it's a real treat to ride with me in the car at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm dealing with eye issues, like floaters and flashers and all this fun stuff. But went to the eye doctor. My eyes are okay, but I do have to get glasses. I don't know how that's going to work, wearing glasses all the time.
It's fun.
Is it fun? I mean, you look cute. I can't imagine you without glasses.
Yeah, because I've been wearing them since 5th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like being able to see what's going on around me at all times.
Yeah.
I think I'd be afraid of driving too if I didn't have glasses.
Yeah, because I know I've talked to a lot of people about this when you're driving at night, and especially if it's raining, and then all those the lights on the road, everything blurs together, and it's scary. You can't see the lines or anything. So anyway, that's not what we were going to talk about. But I feel like we haven't talked for so long that there's just so many things to catch up on. How's everybody doing? Man.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy time.
Yeah. It's the October theory.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of that theory?
I haven't.
That every October something really crazy happens.
Oh.
Either the peak or the low point of the year happens during October.
Are you kidding?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that would be true. Hope there's nothing else this October.
I know.
That was our October last year. In fact, on Halloween, Lily, we had to put our little dog Lily down, and And I kind of, like I've said before, I'm glad she picked Halloween for the day she goes, because if it would have been Thanksgiving or Christmas, that would have just been so sad to have the anniversary always,
I know. I mean, I feel like my Halloween never goes right anyways. I haven't had a good Halloween since I was like a kid.
A kid.
So
yeah, we going to talk about our costumes first? Or are we going to like when you were a kid? Because I mean,
sure.
Because I went all out for you and Miles.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to just say my favorite costume of Miles, your brother, he was Santa Claus. I think he was two or three. And
That's
he had
funny.
He had a full on like my mom helped make it. I think Grandma Tuff even helped make it. But he was full on Santa Claus. He had a big beard made out of real doll hair. Like it was amazing. But your costumes were epic. Well, the Cinderella one was my favorite. Dorothy, you were like what, 60s? Was it 60s?
70s. Yeah.
What else were you? Butterfly.
I've been a few different butterflies.
Yeah. Fairy. Yeah. Yeah. It's fun when you're little to dress up and then.
Yeah. Go trick-or-treating.
And then you end up throwing all that candy. Does anybody really eat all the candy?
We ate about half of it.
Yeah. Because we always had candy in our house.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a big thing. Like, oh God, we got to eat all this candy. It was like, oh yeah, we got candy sitting over there that never gets eaten.
Right.
Yeah. It was fun. I didn't really, here we go with the farm stories.
Oh,
When I was real little, we would use just brown paper bags. And I'm going to try to dig that picture out. We would just cut out holes for our eyes to see out and decorate brown. Like I must have been really young, like brown, not like a Coburn's bag, but they were like bigger like that. And that was our costume. And then we would go out to the barn and scare the boys milking the cows, my brothers. That was it.
It was something.
But you know what? I remember, then later on we got these creepy, like I've seen on Facebook some of these people posting of the costumes that we wore as kids in the 70s, early 80s. And they were these scary plastic clown masks with like a cheap little costume. That was scary. And I can remember you would look like a doll or something. And that was kind of creepy. Those were creepy. But I don't know. We didn't really celebrate Halloween so much. I can remember playing kick the can and doing things like that and being scared because it was dark out. And we would run out in the yard and there was like a yard light by the barn. That was all we did.
It's more than what I do now, I feel like. So I would have fun doing that.
Yeah. But we do get to go to a party tonight.
Yeah.
We're going to a Halloween party. I said, this is my first probably in, I bet 25 years, maybe more than that.
Really?
Yeah. I haven't been to a Halloween party forever. Yeah. So anyway, what was your favorite costume growing up?
I think my 70s costume was my most like memorable to me.
Do you know what grade you were in? Were you in grade school or middle? No, you were in grade school.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Yeah. According to the picture, you look like you were in grade school. Yeah. Did you have fun what did you do in school for Halloween? Did they celebrate Halloween or was it like autumn?
Well, I feel like we probably just had candy,
Yeah.
In high school, we used to have like the Halloween dance.
The dance.
Where you would dress up and then they'd have like a costume contest.
Yeah.
And so me and my big group of friends, we'd all like find a one to do and then we'd go off that theme.
That's right. That's cool.
I think one year I was Maleficent.
Oh yeah, remember that? Wasn't that like there was like a big horn and then didn't you have like a catastrophe with your costume or something happened? The horn?
I don't remember.
I just remember something getting broken off.
Probably the horn. Probably.
Because you came home and it was broken off or something.
Every time there was a school event and I had like either a dress or a costume that I had to wear, it was broken by the end of the night. I remember senior prom. Remember that red dress? I had a red dress and it had like a corset
Yeah.
And the corset broke and was cutting into me the whole night.
It was the boning.
Yeah.
The boning in the dress because it was really, that was an awesome dress. But you came home and it was like poking.
Yeah.
And you like immediately, I'll never forget that. You came right in and you like, we got it unzipped and you just laid on the floor. You were like in so much pain.
Yeah. It was bad, but it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. I did Maleficent one year. I did Red Riding Hood another year. That was a really good costume because I found like a hoop skirt at Goodwill.
Oh, yeah. Remember that?
Yeah. And so I had a really big skirt for that.
Yeah. And then you were that fairy that the wings lit up. You had put all those flowers on it. And that was a cool one. Didn't you win like third prize or something?
I don't remember.
I feel like you won third prize or something.
I don't remember.
I mean, it was, you've blocked all those
years. That was ninth grade. That wasn't a good year for me. So
you block out some of those. Yeah, I never did. I don't remember doing it. I think when I was dating your dad before we got married, we'd go out and we'd dress up a little bit, but maybe once or twice. Maybe 1 or 2 years. Wasn't really a thing, but anyway, hopefully.
I don't know. This is maybe a weird opinion, but I don't like doing couple costumes.
Yeah.
I don't like doing couple costumes.
How come?
It's really difficult to decide on something.
Oh, yeah.
Because me and Alan, for example, like we try to come up with something and usually it's like me having to put up with being like a Marvel character. Like, I don't want to be a Marvel character.
Why don't you guys do like a princess and a prince?
I don't think he'd do that. No.
Like, just be like one of the Disney?
Yeah, I don't.
No.
Usually you have to pick like a couple and it's like one of them's the main character and the other one's just kind of the side. Like, for example, this year he's being Dexter Morgan because we've been watching that show like religiously. And I haven't gotten to the end of season 4 yet. I've already had it spoiled for me, but I'm going to be Rita, which is his, I don't know, depending on if you're watching it or not, this might be a spoiler. Rita is his girlfriend wife.
Oh.
They get married in the show.
Okay.
And so I kind of already have a few like pieces in my closet that she typically wears, but like she's a main character, but not like a main character.
Right.
Like Dexter Morgan has his like name. He's named after like the show is called Dexter.
And where can you watch that show?
I watch it on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, Netflix or I think Amazon Prime, but it's a really good show.
You're always talking about that show.
I love Dexter.
Yeah.
But he's being Dexter and I'm going to be Rita. Well, he always says that I'm his Rita.
Oh, that's kind of sweet. Yeah. That's kind of cool.
I mean, I guess Dexter's like a serial killer.
And well, I don't know anything about the show. You've told me bits and pieces, but I don't really want to.
Yeah, that's not a spoiler. That's like that's what he is.
Okay. Well, there you go.
But he loves Rita.
Yeah.
He really has like no feelings or emotions except his feelings towards Rita.
Yeah.
So
I think wasn't it last year that the Yellowstone Rip and what was her name? Beth.
Yeah.
That seemed to be like the big, and Barbie and Ken was
that
big.
was the big one. Yeah.
Yeah. Because of the Barbie movie. But yeah, well, we were going to talk about, would it be paranormal? I don't know, like paranormal things, just some of our experiences, things that have happened. I feel like with me, I don't know so much that paranormal happens to me as much as I can communicate with, like I can talk to my dad and ask him to give me a sign and it'll come right in, or I can communicate with my angels. There's been a couple things. You have more paranormal stories. Why don't you start with one of yours? Because you have several.
Yeah. I mean, so I fully believe in like ghosts.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of thing.
Spirit. Do you think they're spirits or ghosts?
I think that there's different kinds.
Okay.
I think that there's different kinds. There's good spirits,
Yeah.
there's bad spirits, but
Haunted spirits. Yeah.
every like energy source that I've had an experience with
Yeah.
has been a good one, actually. So like, for example, we last year
Yeah.
after Lily died,
Yeah.
we went on a trip up to Brainerd,
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota. And on our way there, we stopped at this place called the Linden Hill House
In Little Falls.
in Little Falls.
Yeah.
It's this beautiful historical house created
Several
by
houses. Yeah.
it's like a group of houses.
Yeah.
They were created by a family, and then a woman came in. I forgot what her name was, but she came in and she
Mhm.
redid and redesigned and really like beautifully crafted these houses. It is like, you need to go see just how gorgeous these houses
that
are.
tour's coming up again.
It is. Yeah, they do. Well, they do tours all year round,
Right.
but they do like a Christmas one.
tour. Yeah.
It's beautiful. They do a theme every single
Yeah.
year. And
remember, coincidentally, the theme, what it was last year? Angels.
Oh yeah, it was like
Yeah.
there are angels among us.
It
or
was
something.
angels.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was so beautiful. I had
Yeah.
so much fun going there, and I did have an experience while I was there. Nothing scary. I want you to keep that in mind. Like
right.
when I went there, I could really feel the woman's energy,
Mm-hmm.
and I could feel like she was like, finally people are seeing all of the hard work and effort that I put into this house and how beautiful it is. And I could tell that she like appreciated it.
Mm-hmm.
And there were like certain rooms that I would walk into where I could feel like a more masculine energy there.
Mm-hmm.
And then later would find out that those were like the meeting rooms that all of the men would meet in. And then I'd go into like everywhere else in the house and I'd feel her energy.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a specific room that I went into and it led to like a back porch.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it got super quiet. It was just us on that side of the house. But I saw straight ahead, not even out of the corner of my eye, nothing like that. I was looking, watching. I saw a younger girl with pigtails and darker hair, I think, and like a kind of nightgown dress run around the corner of the bedroom onto the porch.
Yeah. I remember that.
And you were walking ahead of me.
Yeah, because I didn't see it, but you asked. You asked if that was me. Like, were you just there, or you said
no? You were walking ahead of me, and as you were walking ahead, you walked into the room and you were like, "Wow, this is pretty." And I said, "Is there like a door?"
Oh, that's right.
On the other side of the wall, like where someone could have walked through and then gone around the door that I couldn't see them anymore. And you were like, "No, it's just a wall here." So where she turned the corner, there was a wall.
Yeah.
That there was no doors. There's no way out.
Yeah.
So it couldn't have been someone walking in because nobody went out.
That's right. That's what it was.
So I walked in and I could feel like this energy. It was crazy.
Yeah, that was insane.
It was so cool, but it wasn't a scary energy.
No,
it wasn't.
It was the little.
It wasn't like, "Ooh, I'm gonna spook you." It's like playful, happy, like, "Welcome to my home. Look at how cool this is," you know? And so I wasn't scared at all. I was just like, I've never seen something like that before.
Yeah.
And so then we walked in. Next to that bedroom, there was a children's bedroom. And I walked in and I saw that exact girl.
That's right.
In her dress that I saw on a picture on the wall. Because they have historical pictures of the family up in each room. And I saw that picture of her on the wall.
That's insane.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm excited. We're going to go back there again.
Yeah, definitely. I remember Do you remember the kitchen?
Yeah.
Was that the main kitchen or was that the kitchen for the? I don't know. When I remember seeing it, I just remember hearing, not like hearing, but sensing and feeling lots of women like gossiping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they were gossiping. Like I could just
yeah.
like that. I felt that energy when I was in that kitchen as I just kind of stood there and kind of looked around, and I felt like I was back in that time.
Yeah.
And they were kind of, to me, I just heard gossiping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was cool because there were like 3 different houses that we looked at. And I think there's actually more than that.
Mm-hmm.
But they decorate every room like Christmas.
Yeah.
And they give you the tour and they talk about, the family and the history of the house, the area. It's just fascinating.
It was a lovely experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really recommend going there just so you can it just felt so welcoming.
Yeah. Yeah. And it wouldn't be hard to look up. It's like Linden house tours or something. I don't know. Christmas tours. Just Google it. Little Falls. But yeah, definitely worth going. And definitely we want to go back.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. It was so fun.
I remember that. The other thing I remember with you when we went to Stillwater for you to get your senior photos done.
Yes.
And we went to, there's a lot of, if you've ever been to Stillwater, it's beautiful too. And there's a lot of like antique shops. And there was that one, and we were going up the steps. There were those old wood steps, big steps.
Mm-hmm.
And I was walking behind you up the steps, and you like totally turned around and you said, stop it. Or you said, what do you, you thought I pulled your hair.
Yeah.
Like I didn't touch you. Like I didn't.
Yeah.
You literally felt someone yank your hair. And then, and then when remember that corner we went by because we're like, look at these big windows. Let's go stand over there and take a picture. And then you could see in the photo, you can see wasn't it like not a shadow, but it's like a white, like blurry spot of where the spirit is.
It was as we were walking upstairs. Yeah. It was in that upstairs area. Corner. There was like a white shadow above my head.
Yeah.
In that photo. I don't know where that photo is.
I think I do. I think it's in that book or that box. Remember showing all those pictures we were looking? Yeah. I have a little book of all your senior photos. That was crazy. And then when we got to the clothing area, I had to get out of there because I was feeling all the people, the energy off the clothes. I couldn't handle it.
Because they're not like regular clothes. You're not talking about like regular clothes. You're talking about the Victorian and vintage ones,
from
right?
the 1900s. Yeah, the old things. They had like little kids, and they had what the women wore, and and that happened.
Cool.
It is very cool. I can't remember what the name of that antique place was because there's so many there, but that happened at Glen Sheen Mansion.
Yeah.
That is another place you should go, the Glen Sheen Mansion. Do you think they give tours on Halloween?
That would be cool if they did.
Ooh.
I love the Glen Sheen Mansion.
And that's in Duluth. Yeah.
The energy in the Glen Sheen Mansion is a little different than I would say the Linden house.
Yeah, yeah. That's and they I can't remember if you were with when they said we weren't supposed to talk about what happened there.
Yeah.
There's a whole book on, so I feel bad. I don't want to say what happened. Some of you might know the story of what happened in the Glen Sheen Mansion, but just walking through the tour, I felt the presence of the man, would have been, I think, the dad, in his closet.
Yeah.
I could, because they had separate bedrooms, the mom or the wife and the husband, and hers was across the hallway. I remember them saying something about he would come in late off the ships because he would be, remember that? The ships would come in Duluth, and then he would get home really late in the middle of the night and didn't want to disturb her. So he had his own room across the hallway, and I could feel his energy in his closet. He had a couple things. They had a couple things hanging there, but And then just when we went out to the back and when you look up
at the window,
that one window up, I'll never forget that. I felt something, and it was one of the kids' bedrooms up on the top. It was creeped me out a little bit, but
they have a beautiful backyard.
It's gorgeous, right?
Because it's right off of Lake Superior.
Yeah. Boy, if you've never had the chance to go to Glensheen Mansion, it's worth it. And that's such a history thing in our state.
Yeah.
That's really worth going to. But can you think of any other things? Yeah,
your experience that you had the other week.
Are you talking about when I was in my room? Okay, so this was not spirit, this was angels, and this is what I'm talking about. I literally, things happen, but that's not happened in a while where something physical actually happened. So I was sitting on my bed and I was praying to God and talking to my angels, and I asked my angels a specific question, and I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for my answer. I use a pendulum. You could look that up. And anyway, I'm sitting there waiting, and I asked the question, and I asked it again. And I feel like I do that a lot. I shouldn't second guess. But all of a sudden, my door shut. Like the door shut. And I can't see the door from where I'm sitting on the bed. And I know that the door was open, maybe by like this much. The door was open. And it just shut. And it wasn't like it was a shut. The door just shut. And I'm like, okay. And I wasn't afraid, but I'm like, oh, maybe Hannah just got home, and from her opening the door downstairs, the wind.
Yeah, and I didn't. I wasn't
and you
home.
Weren't home. Nope. And so
there were no windows open.
No. So I asked angels with my pendulum. I'm like, okay, did Hannah just get home? And it's like swung no. And then I said, did you guys just shut the door? And it swung yes. And I'm like, of course I still question it. So I get up and I go out, I open the door and I go down the hallway because I thought, okay, Hannah's window must be open and the air is sucking through or something. I come down to this room and her room, and the windows are shut. And I look out the window in this room, and I see out in the field, they had just harvested all the corn, and I see a deer running in the field. And I'm like, oh my God, it's a deer, because that's like one of my signs. When I see a deer, that's a positive sign. But there were 3 deer, and 3 deer are my sign. In fact, that's the start of one of my passwords that I made 3 years ago. Because whenever I see 3 deer, something happened a few years ago, and angels confirmed with me seeing 3 deers. And so it was crazy that was all happening. Like the door shut, I came out, I look out the window, I see the 3 deer. I'm like, holy crap. They were really communicating with me. They were really talking to me.
Yeah. It's rare that we see deer in our backyard.
Yeah. We don't see them back over here very often, maybe out somewhere else on the road. But that was cool. But things like that happen. Like I've been out on my walks. I think I've mentioned this before, and we have like a little man-made lake in the woods. And I've asked my dad, I know you're here with me, show me a sign, send me a cardinal. And then that's happened 3 times since we've lived here. A cardinal will just fly in in front of me. I mean, I believe in that completely, 100%. There isn't anyone that could sit and debate me that.
Because it's just happened too many times.
So many things have happened.
Weird coincidences that make 0 sense.
Yeah. Like, how is that even possible? And I don't question it anymore. Maybe I questioned it at first, but I don't question stuff like that. I like the fact that we can communicate with our passed on loved ones. People ask if I'm afraid. Would you be afraid to go to a cemetery at night, or a cemetery?
No. A cemetery? No.
Yeah.
I like cemeteries.
Yeah, like that time we went to the St. Ben's one.
Yeah.
Remember that? And we were trying to find Sister Anella's grave. That was an incredible experience. Long story. Maybe I'll tell that story sometime, but I'm not creeped out by cemeteries. I think that's like from when we were little, like, oh, dead people.
Yeah. No.
But yeah. or spirits, or maybe, and some of spirits might hang around a cemetery.
Mhm.
I think because of all the Halloween movies, scary movies,
Mhm.
don't they usually have it by a cemetery or something? Or
Sometimes.
I don't know. I wrote down some questions, Hannah.
Well, I have one story
Okay.
that I want to share.
Okay, you tell one. Okay.
Well, my question to you is, what's your most memorable Halloween story? Because I can easily remember mine. And I can tell it, and I think you know what it is.
I don't know if this is going to be the one. Were we at the farm?
So, well, obviously you guys saw when we went to the farm. The farmhouse is a little like white little house out in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Super fun. I love going there for Christmas.
Yep.
And we used to go there for Halloween when I was a kid. And it would be me and my brother and my cousins and
Grandma always made sloppy joes.
Yeah, Grandma made sloppy joes.
Yeah.
And we'd have just food, and then we would watch movies.
We'd actually, do you remember when we listened on the record player?
Yes. And we would listen to a specific record on the record player that told scary stories. It
was such an old record player and an old album that it was scratched. Yeah. So it even sounded creepy.
Yeah. And the person voicing it was really creepy too.
Yeah.
And so my aunt at the time worked at her salon and had all of these mannequins for people to do hair on.
Mannequin heads.
Yeah.
Yep.
And practice doing their hair, and they would name them and whatever.
Right. And so, they were kind of scary looking.
Yes, they were absolutely terrifying.
Yeah. They had scary faces.
Terrifying. And so that'll come into play. Don't worry. We're listening to the spooky story on the record. And I think it was, I don't know if it was the first time we ever did that or the second time.
No, it was the first.
Well, my uncle, he came to the window with a chainsaw
and a mask
and one of those like hockey masks.
Yeah, that scary guy.
And with the chainsaw was in the window revving it.
Yeah.
So that was scare number one. And then we listened to another story of the woman with the ribbon around her neck.
The ribbon tied around her neck.
And if you haven't heard it before, it's where a husband and wife are together and she always has a black silk ribbon around her neck. And he never understands why. And he asks her, can you just take the ribbon off? I just want to see you without the ribbon. No.
Do you remember what she'd say?
No, what would she say?
You'll be sorry.
You'll be sorry.
Yeah.
No. And so one night, curiosity got the best of him. And as she's sleeping, he unties the ribbon around her neck.
Yeah.
And as he unties it, her head falls off and rolls on the floor. And now imagine me at like 6 years old, listening to this in the dark. We had maybe a few candles lit. It's creaking.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, my family turns on the lights and rolls the mannequin head with the ribbon on it onto the floor. And
oh my God.
Rolls that head, and I see her face staring at me on the floor. Soon as you hear an off came her head, and it rolls. It was terrifying.
And Miles was just, oh my God, he freaked out. You started screaming, crying. You know, I have that all on videotape somewhere.
Do?
I do have a videotape of it.
Oh, I'd love
from
to
our
see
old
that.
video camera.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how you would make that.
Yeah, like a camcorder.
Right. You had to put the little thing in the VHS tape.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have that somewhere. And as her head falls off on the record player, you hear her say, I told you or something.
Yeah.
You'd be sorry. And there's her head roll. That was I felt
It's
bad.
genius.
Well, I didn't know you guys were going to get that scared, but to see that scary mannequin head rolling on the floor, because I mean, we were all quiet, like listening. It was dark in the room.
Yeah.
And all the adults knew what was coming.
Yeah.
You and Miles, and I
think Dallas is there too.
Like the kids didn't have any idea.
No.
And I don't think you'd ever heard the story.
No.
So
yeah,
that was kind of mean now that I think about it. But
as an adult, that's funny.
Yeah, I mean,
like
now,
that's funny to me as an adult, but as a kid, I was terrified.
Yeah, it was. I don't know how you guys slept that night.
I don't think I did.
I don't think
I slept for a few months after that. Yeah.
Because it was such a creepy story.
Yeah.
How every night they would sit at the table and they would eat their supper, and he would always ask her, why do you wear that ribbon around your neck? And she never wanted to answer. And then he just went in and pulled the ribbon, and off came the head. And it was just the storyteller on the record player that did that was... Yeah, that was probably the most memorable. Yeah, with you guys, I felt so bad. And then guy with the chainsaw in the window, staring the bejesus.
I remember one time we were just getting out of the car to go inside, and he did that.
Yes, chasing
I could hear it. Yeah, and he was chasing.
That's horrible to do that to little kids, but they do that at those haunted like hay rides and stuff. Those haunted things.
Yeah,
I would not do that. A haunted, like those kind of haunted houses.
I would. Well, not the ones where they chase after you.
Yeah, or they reach out and they grab you, like you walk through the. I couldn't. No.
I'd do a haunted house though.
Well, that was one of my questions. Well,
was it?
Actually, the question isn't really like a haunted house that's staged. I'm talking about, would you stay at a haunted hotel or a real
I would.
I would too.
Absolutely, I would.
I would too.
There's one that I really want to go to, and I think it's in California. I forgot what it's called. There are these two YouTubers that I watch. Their names are Sam and Colby.
Yeah.
And they went there. It was like a house, I want to say in California, designed by this woman. And it is considered like the stopping point. Yeah. Kind of like the train stopping station point. Yeah. For all spirits. Oh. Because of the way that she designed it.
We watched that episode together, and it was unbelievable. You'll have to, oh God, I can't remember what it's called.
The Conjuring one?
Yeah. The Conjuring. Yeah. That's like, that was a movie, but that was a real.
It's a real house. It's, I don't know.
Do you think that was fake?
A lot of people say that it was fake.
Really?
Staged, unfortunately. Because they kind of got tricked a bit.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
So it wasn't something they were trying to trick their listeners.
No. It was like they got set up, I think.
Because they were scared. Like you could see real.
Yeah.
Who's that guy that goes around and he went around with Ghost Malone? Remember
Post Malone?
Yeah. Remember that episode and Post Malone was going around that house? What show was that? You and Miles used to watch that all the time.
Ghost Adventures?
Yeah, Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
Is that like on the Discovery Channel?
With Zach Bagans. Yeah. Like History or Discovery Channel.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Stuff is fascinating. I don't know. People, ghost hunters. I mean.
No, I'd absolutely stay in a haunted location.
I think I would too.
Within reason. Because there are other places like, I've seen there's like a cave, like the Devil's Pit, or it's something where the energy is so bad. Yeah. Like, I don't think I'd ever go there.
But then sometimes those spirits attach to you.
I know, that's why I would never go there.
There is a thing where spirits will actually attach to you.
Or like, I think Zach Bagans has like a haunted museum or something, and he has a few dolls there that have spirits attached to them, and if you like look them in the eyes, like they can like do things to you.
That's
so
funny.
yeah, I don't think I'd visit that, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one of them. Okay, so here's a question for you. And I'm curious to hear what your answer is going to be. You're home alone,
Okay.
but hear footsteps in your house. What do you do?
I'm grabbing a knife because my first instinct is that it's not a spirit. My first instinct is that somebody's in the house and I need to defend myself. Yeah.
That's your first instinct.
Yeah, my first instinct is to look for the sharpest object around me.
Wow. Okay. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely terrified of that happening. So.
Oh, no. See, my first thought is to just get up and go see what it is. What the? Are you kidding? What are you doing? Like, that's my first. But then that kind of happened to me when I was all alone.
Yeah,
the door shut. And I'm like, but I wasn't afraid. Like, I didn't have like my heart started racing. I was completely calm. So I feel like you can sense when you're in danger.
Yeah.
And you should always go with your gut.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would just get up and go see. I don't know. I think I was more afraid in our old house than I am here.
Yeah.
Remember the basement? I was afraid to go down the basement.
I hated going down in the basement.
Yeah. But like here, I'm not afraid to walk around in the dark by myself. I don't know. I like our place.
Good.
Have you ever read a scary book?
Yeah.
Which scary book have you read?
Oh, tons.
Really?
Yeah, especially when I was in like middle school.
Oh.
I loved reading horror stories.
What was your scariest one?
Oh my God. What was her name? I actually just saw this book at Savers the other day and I was like, oh my God. It was called The Deep, the Dark, and the Dangerous.
Oh.
And it was about a girl who goes to like her grandparents' cabin or something for the summer. And she meets, I think it's like a ghost or something that drowned there. Oh. And she has to like try to figure it out. Oh. I loved reading stories
kind of
like
a
that.
mystery type thing.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in high school, and I don't like scary movies. I don't like scary books. And I actually read a book. I read books in high school. And I was upstairs in my bedroom by myself. And I read Amityville Horror.
Yeah.
They made that into a movie. And I was so terrified. And it was like supper time, but it was dark. So it must have been like around Halloween or dark, winter. I couldn't even get up out of the bed to walk down the hallway to go downstairs. Jeez. I was so scared.
Wow.
It was, and I think I finished the book, but I was that terrified of reading that book. So ever since then, I can't even see like when they show previews of scary movies, I can't even watch preview.
Wow.
Because I'll think about it because the scariest movies to me are the ones that are kind of like the psychological thrillers, like people just being weird.
Yeah. Like I refuse to see Smile.
Oh, yeah.
Because what do you mean? Like just somebody smiling at you like.
Yeah. 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 No, stop it.
But they do more like a.
Yeah.
Creepy. I'm so sorry if you saw Smile and I just like triggered you. I'm fine.
Yeah, because the mind is incredibly like crazy, like, and you don't know, if not to scare people, but you don't, like, most of us know our neighbors, but if you don't know everybody living around you, you don't know what's living next to you or what they're thinking. Or
Dexter Morgan could be.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Those are more scary than like that clown thing.
Yeah, I actually like that movie. I think that's a good movie. The first one, not the second one. And
I used to have a clown collection. I had a clown collection.
Why?
I don't know. Right out of high school. I don't know.
See, what I'm going to tell my kids someday is about the killer clowns that happened in 2016. Do you remember that?
I remember that. They would be out walking or something.
Yep.
And what would they do?
They'd chase you. They chase you. It was like a trend to dress up as a clown and chase kids and people.
Yeah, see, that's not.
Some turned into violence.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
scary.
It was scary. That's what I'm going
And
to tell
now
my kids
people
that I
are now
survived.
clowns are not like. Do they still have clowns? That's like when you used to go to the circus. I never went to the circus, but they used to have like clowns were happy, like a happy thing. Now
never been
clowns
like that for
like when
me.
you think about clowns, they're creepy.
Yeah.
now. But yeah, that's crazy. Okay, are we gonna do favorites?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't even remember everything that's been going on.
I mean, I have a few things upcoming that I'm excited for.
Like
Tyler the Creator's new album is coming out.
You did talk about that.
So I ordered his album already.
Yeah.
Oh, The Sims 4 is coming out with a new expansion pack for Halloween.
One. Oh.
It's called the Life and Death Pack.
Oh.
So it'll introduce like funerals and that kind of thing. But then it's also gonna introduce like what's it called? Like bucket list. Like you can have a bucket list for your
cool.
sim. Yeah, it's a lot cooler than how I'm describing it, but I'm excited for that. I get my hair done on Tuesday.
Oh, you've been waiting a long time for that.
Yeah, it's bad right now.
I think it looks cute. I like it like this. It's gotten really long.
I know it has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think just for me again, it's spending the time. We've had some events at the store that have happened. Spending time with Presley and Miles and Ashley. You know, just it's really always for me. It's always about the people.
Yeah,
because I don't really go to that many places. I think our upcoming little trip that we have planned in December will be amazing. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to have a couple of busy months coming up here with it's retail. So, you know,
we probably will have fewer episodes come out.
Yeah. Cause we have some events at the store for deer hunting opener, and then it's Black Friday. Like there's just going to be a lot coming up, but we'll try to sneak a couple in there, here and there, and keep up with what's going on.
I do want to say there were a few people that watched the podcast and are like customers at the store that came to me after Liam Payne passed away and said that they were thinking of me.
Oh,
thank you.
That's sweet.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah,
that's
tough.
Right.
That did happen.
I think it's still affecting me.
One Direction.
That was a few weeks ago, and I think it's still really affecting me.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Mm-hmm.
That's scary how that all happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and he was part, and we're here sitting like, oh, One Direction, they're gonna get together and go in concert, and
we were talking about that.
Yeah.
A few times the past few months.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I did think of something that is coming up in December, actually on Christmas Day. Timothy Chalamet's movie.
Oh.
What is it called? Something Unknown. It's the Bob Dylan movie.
Yeah.
I've been watching. Now he's going to start promoting. He should be on our podcast. Now he's going to start promoting his movie.
You want to come here?
He did, from the previews, he did an amazing job. The singing, the man, when he gets into character, he gets into character.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of exciting things coming up. Of course, November and December are probably my two most favorite months of the year.
Yeah.
For me, I love Thanksgiving and I love Christmas.
Same here.
So, okay, should we do a card?
Yeah.
I have the cards down here.
Oh, okay. Because we got Snoopy right here.
Because we got the Snoopy. I love that from Costco. I hope they have a Christmas one.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, because I love getting Christmas decorations. I mean, I know it's Halloween, but okay. You want to pick a card?
Yeah. I know. Now that this is done, I'm ready for Christmas.
Yep. Ready for Christmas.
Putting that up November 1st.
Yep.
Oh. Confidence level selfie with no filter.
Oh, there you go.
Be confident.
Yeah. Well,
That's
we
kind of
never
a
used,
funny one.
we never used to have filters growing
Yeah.
up. You are who you are, right?
Yeah.
Well, that was an interesting little episode talking about all those fun things, scary things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope we didn't scare you too
No.
much.
You guys, you have a wonderful Halloween, a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you again for watching our podcast and supporting us. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're watching us on YouTube, you can listen to us on If you're listening to us on Spotify, you can watch us on YouTube. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you can listen to us on Spotify.
All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.
Bye.